Unlike Sunil Anna, who has a direct connection, having been born in this area, Smita and I were not born here, but we trace our roots to the Mangaluru region. And Smita was.
No, I need to add. I need to add
Yes.
one thing here. You say what? Now, I met Smita 2 years ago. 2 years ago, and she said we need to do a podcast. I said yes. I heard, and one has heard so much about her, and just being correct, just being right, taking up for the right causes. But that day, she had slipped. That 1 hour conversation was all presenting me like I was the best human being in the world. Why did that happen? Because of the roots. So that's what I'm saying, the connect of saying, you know what, he is a person like that. And I know he's a person like that because he comes from a place like...
No, but you're being modest, Anna, I have to say.
No, honestly, no.
I'll tell you why. The reason you're being modest, and I'm just being the argumentative journalist here, is because, of course, we love you so much and we have this fraternal link with you being from Mangaluru. But I have done my research, and you're one of the few people I know, and a few people across generations, and Smita will agree with me because of the podcast as well, where your appeal has sort of exponentially increased over the years. Exponentially increased over the years. Now you can have. See, you don't do that much film anymore. You're hardly on screen. You're doing your show. Your business stuff takes up your time. But have you seen reels of him on Instagram and how the Gen Z looks at Sunil Anna and how that's become like a catchphrase? You can't be modest about that. I will not permit that. Sorry.
No, but that's what I'm saying. It's a Smita who helps build that image. ANI, any news about Sunil Shetty, he trips. He said, you saw the way he tripped so beautifully. So she changes one's view of how that happened. No, she won't say it's sloppy. Her team won't say it's sloppy. Team would say, so much grace. He fell with so much grace. Did you see the way he got up? So that's perception. That's what marketing is all about today. But honestly, I never have had a problem. Even when I first came into the movie business, wherever I was, whichever street, whichever corner, I would have somebody come up to me and say, "Anada timpare, iradala boda. Do you need anything? Tea, coffee?" Because the restaurants were all around. It's like the nervous system of the body, the nerves of the body. They were all around. So a lot of support there. Yeah. We support each other, and that's for sure.
I think that also says a lot about people from this place, that they don't lose who they really are. Smita, how has Mangaluru shaped you and your journey? Because you've done it all. You've been a journalist. You've been through that minefield. Now you're a media mogul. I know you're going to hate me for saying it, but she controls one of the most respected media organizations in the country right now. And like Smita, I also was not born here, but trace my links here. We spent all our summer holidays here, and that's what the magic of Mangaluru is to us. What was it to you? How did it shape you?
Thank you, Shiv. Thank you, Tycon. Like I said, I'm not going to call him Anna. But about the Instagram part, I've got to say this. Style pe uske, smile pe uske, height tabiyat bhadki.
See what I'm saying?
I wish we could show it up on the screen. I mean, seriously, I have done research on Sunil Anna through my 11-year-old daughter. But yes.
Okay, this just came out. I didn't prepare for this. But you have to say that he's so stylish. So how can you not? And it's something to do with that Shetty thing, right? Even, if I was to look at all the film industry people, how can you miss out the Tulunadu guys?
Yeah.
They are the most stylish of everything. So I'm just doing my little bit in saying that he's the best that we have out there as a representative.
Yes.
Thank you, so sweet.
And the podcast that I had, before I get to your question, the podcast 2 years back when I interviewed, and I called up my guy and I said that I have to have him. He said, well, unki koi picture abhi nikal nahi rahi hai. I said, I don't care. I want him on the podcast. And when we talked about everything other than films initially. And both of us wept on the podcast. Both of us cried because he was talking about the loss of his father. And it just rekindled for me because so much of what his experience with his dad was similar to my experience with my dad. What he was saying is, when when he talks about in the Udupi, picking up a chair and working like that, where you show, the entire veneer of whoever you were was gone because you were doing service out there. You're in the service industry. When he was talking about the community help, the chit fund, that people will just come, there's no investor makeup or anything, just came and said. It just reminded me of my childhood. We are Horanadus, right? We are sitting in Delhi.
Yeah.
And so I come from a generation when I used to just say I'm from Mangalore because it was too complicated to say I'm from Karkada or I'm from Puttur, because nobody would know where you are. So much so that nobody would even know where Mangalore was. They would say Bangalore. I said no, Mangalore, Merse, Mangalore. वो कहाँ पे पड़ता है? Madrasi. That's my childhood. To come from there to say, startup, I'm going and speaking on a startup, I feel so good, right? So, but coming back to the experiences, this is so typical of Mangaloreans, right? What he spoke about his dad, my dad went out from here, worked, he was, as you know, he was in the forge for several years. He was there during the wars, not in regular army, but from the information service, but spent 40 years in the army. And in our house, we were also middle class government officer home, right? We just had 2 rooms and a living room and a kitchen. And anybody who wanted to come from Mangalore, from this entire Tulnadu area, they stayed with us. And there were people who were taking the USMLE exam to go to the US because you had to take it to qualify. And the only coaching classes in the 70s and the 80s was in Karol Bagh in Delhi. They would come and stay with us for a month.
Like an open house.
Open house. And my brother and I had to shift to the living room so that they could occupy the bedroom. And whatever it was, ganji uta, whatever it was, we ate whatever was made. And we shared. And I used to sometimes ask my dad, right now I'm saying it as a plus point, I was like, kya kya? Like, my exam, I can't study, they are here in our house and we have to sit with them, fold their clothes, keep it inside. But now I understand those values which were inculcated in us, in you, me, you. What we learned in that is that community build-up which you see today here. We are using big terminologies here because we have businessmen out here, entrepreneurs here. But we didn't have those business terminologies. We learned because of what we were taught by our parents. And that is the Mangalore spirit. And when Captain Brijesh Chauta says, back to Uru, here we are, back to Uru. You weren't born here, I wasn't born here, but this is my Uru.